All right. What's up, watchers?
Hello.
Welcome back to another Disco Elysium stream with my good friend Val.
Yay! 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 Yay!
Yay!
Yippee!
Yay! Yippee! I
Sorry,
still
I'm still thinking of just sitting here going like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
the
I've
tiny
been
model.
watching a lot of Snap Cube, and they do that a lot, and it's
They
stuck
do.
in my head now.
Oh
I'm
God,
gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
I have so many Snapcube things that I just want to reference sometimes. Like the one that I think I quote the most is just this one bit from the Untitled Goose Game video where Penny just goes, "I'm dejected. I'm demoralized. I'm pissed off." That's the one that I think about, like, on a regular basis. Anytime that I am, like, inconvenienced by something, I just, my default is, I'm dejected. I'm demoralized. I'm pissed off.
I love that. I love that.
Oh, man. Man, chat is already pretty full today. Hi, KP. Hi, 100th Assassin.
Everybody.
Hi, Mouthy Melissa. And hi, Rihanna Keeves. Welcome to the stream, everyone.
Hello. Hello, Kitty.
Hello.
Hello.
So, last time, we made some decent progress, I would
did.
think. I'm only tall in comparison to Val in her teeny tiny cute model. Maybe someday I'll also have a teeny tiny cute model, but it's like,
Oh, we good man.
yeah. It's the issue is that I also have Lolita dresses that I want to buy, so I don't know which one's gonna take priority. But
Honestly, fair.
yeah, it's because I've wanted to order from the indie Lolita brand Glittertail for a long time now because they do, like, all of their stuff is custom made, all of their stuff is make to order, pretty inexpensive as far as that goes, and they have some nice prints, and I keep putting off ordering from them, and now I'm like, okay, you know what? I think they do payment plans. Now would probably be a good time to get, like, a couple of new, nice printed Gothic pieces. And then it's like, oh, but I could also get a new model for streaming. Which do I want more?
Put it up for a Twitter poll. Or I guess, oh, Blue Sky doesn't have polls
Blue
yet.
Sky doesn't have polls,
Oh.
and it fucking kills me.
Blue Sky devs, put polls in.
Put polls in.
What's wrong with you?
Come
Put
on!
polls in.
Put polls in! What are you doing?
Please.
Please. Please. Oh, I need to set up
Please.
my fucking soundboard again. I need to be able to hit the fucking button that just says please. Awesome.
Is that what you wanted?
I was specifically looking for Captain Lou Albano saying please, but yeah, the fart with reverb also works.
Not.
The most useful buttons for any stream. The 3 buttons that every streamer needs.
If you don't have those, you're not a streamer.
Yeah,
Actually.
you need fart with reverb. You need text to speech voice saying nut, and you need the sound of a pufferfish eating a carrot.
Yeah. That one too.
It's so good. The comedic value of just having the Angry Birds theme, like, at your fingertips.
Just knowing that at any moment I could just start playing Angry Birds. It fills me with joy. It's the one thing I look forward to during the week, is playing Disco Elysium and maybe pressing the Angry Birds theme.
You do these streams solely to find, like, the one opportunity that you can get every week to play the Angry Birds theme song.
Yeah, where one character is rambling on so much that I can pretend to listen.
And play
And pull
the
out my
Angry
phone.
Birds theme song. If that guy that we spoke to last time who was specifically told, hey, don't talk about race wars, and then continued to talk about race wars, the next time he shows up, you should do that.
I think... Do you want to know?
No.
Okay.
I'll see if he shows up again. If he
Okay.
doesn't, then that's a win. If he
You
does,
don't like Measurehead, the most normal character ever created?
you know what? I think I'll pass. I don't think he's in my top 10 at the moment. Well-
Good old Jean-Luc. What the hell? He's everybody's favorite. Not
Everybody's
controversial in any way.
favorite. But yeah, so last time we talked to that guy. After we talked to his boss, who's the head of the union, the guy tried to bribe us with, like, a comically large check. Not the sum of money that's large, just the check. And then we got the corpse taken down from the tree. It only took 3 streams to do this.
But we're still in the first day, which is really good.
Oh, do some people not get it down on the first day?
I think the last time I played, I got it down on the second day.
Oh,
or the
okay.
third.
Then I guess we must be making decent progress.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell in this game because it's such a slow burn. Like,
Yeah.
it's
And
hard
there's so much going on everywhere, it's hard to tell, like, what is the main plot at this point?
That's true. Like, for me, the main plot is still, like, the murder investigation, and everything else is just, like, stuff that ties in, because, I mean, we've already established at this point that there is no way the Union isn't involved in some fucking way here. Like, it definitely looks like the Union guys lynched somebody. So, I mean, jury's still out on whether or not that's actually what's happening, because we're still a little too early in the game to tell one way or another, I think. And, you know what? Speaking of the game, let's just switch over to the game screen. I really thought that the game would actually already just be up. Maybe, there we go.
I'm in a box.
Oh, wait, is that showing up on...
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second, what the hell? Alright. Just a sec, let me just trim this down a little bit.
My eye's freaking out. Why is my eye freaking out? Ah!
There we go, you're freed from the box.
Yay!
But yeah, so now
Little
we're...
houses on the hillside. Little houses made of ticky-tacky. Anyway.
I have no idea what you're singing, I'll be honest.
It's about a town where all the houses are made out of, like, cardboard boxes.
Ah, I
all of them are
see.
the same. And everybody who lives there is the same. And it should be perfect, but is it perfect if everybody's the same? Whoa. Whoa.
Deep. I will say, the game so far has done a good job at making me think, like, oh yeah, I'm in, like, a small part of, like, a much, much bigger city.
Yeah.
I do kind of like it for that alone. Here, I should just start up the game. But yeah, so now we're trying to find a fridge to put the dead guy in.
And I think there might be only one option left. If you
Yeah,
do
okay,
want
so
that.
we did check this last time, but we saved right before doing this check. At least I think we're on only 1 point of health. Wait a second.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in
Oh.
Saved
if not
before the
hundreds
check we
of
saved
little
after.
oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
I see.
So you have one more chance to save this body, and it's to get on Kuno's good side.
Don't I have
by
to give him
giving
crack?
Either drugs or alcohol.
See,
But you
I
can't
don't
do it if Kim's with you.
see. I really don't want to do that. Is the thing, like, just morally.
I mean, the kid already has that stuff.
It's true, but I shouldn't be enabling it. You know?
You could give him something like that's not speed. You could give him something else, like
Yeah.
alcohols or cigarettes.
Give Kuno cigarettes. we
But
could.
you have to tuck Kim into bed and put him to sleep, and then you can wander the town by yourself.
I see. I don't. Because it's like, I do feel like we might get a bad ending if we do lose access to the body. Like, I feel like we won't be able to get all of the answers. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, the alternative doesn't seem great, I'll be honest. Kim is fussy, he won't sleep
know?
unless you kiss him goodnight.
Who's gonna know that you give Kuno something that he probably shouldn't have? But maybe if you give him that, he'll give you info on the case, too. Maybe he knows something.
That's true. It's kind of just like, yeah, it's kind of just like how much are you willing to sell out on your morals in order to solve a murder?
Case.
This game isn't ending. I thought it ended with you jumping out of a hotel flipping the double bird. I mean, it could have ended there if we landed wrong.
Oh, right, we passed that check. That's right.
I think we did,
Oh,
yeah.
Good for us.
I mean, good for us in the sense that we successfully slammed back first into a woman in a wheelchair. Huh. What is this? Can I just go in?
It's locked right
Okay.
now.
Well, fair enough. Alright, I should probably actually check and see what the fuck I'm doing right now. I don't know how the fuck I unlock any of these.
They show up based off of your thoughts and stuff.
Makes sense. Okay. Interview the rep. Okay, well, we did also get things that were, or like, we did also get information that we should, like, interview both the head of the union and also the Wild Pines rep.
Yeah, so the head of the union won't show up until tomorrow.
I see.
Or not the head of the union, the head of the Hardy Boys is what we wanted, right?
I
We
mean, it
already
just says
did
the
the union
Wild
head.
Pines rep.
Okay. So that's not the union.
Yeah, that's someone else.
That's the people who own the company that the union works for. Make truce with Kuno. You tried to punch him.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you tried to punch him. So he deserves drugs.
If you punch someone, you should immediately offer them speed to make amends.
Yeah. Oh, you also need the money to pay for your hotel tonight.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting that. I love how this one specifies, it may take a while. That's just the developers being like, hey, don't focus on this right now.
Yeah.
Nature ledger and name the case. Okay, we could look after this. Go to the harbor gates and ask a guy about... Oh, wait.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Rivershore. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away.
I love how we're just seeing really good over here. I feel like I wasn't supposed to get dialogue from this guy.
From Shivers?
Or from, like, whoever the fuck was talking over here. Like this. This.
Oh.
I...
Oh, the, strikers or the people who want... The scabs.
Yeah.
The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel? I'm assuming cold.
Humid.
Ah.
Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
Love all these questions and then, motherfucker, finish thought. Let's start north.
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play.
And closer?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Filthy water pools around a body. Droplets of rain slip from the dead man's cold cheeks.
Okay, so now, east?
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Clench your teeth to stop shuddering, I guess.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
And beyond that?
La Drusienne, King Dries passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
And what's across that?
Couron, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
And then what's beyond there?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide.
Okay, and then in the south?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised. The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
I do like that we're getting more of the world building here.
Yeah, I like Shivers a lot. Shivers does this sometimes.
Okay, cool. So what is Jamrock?
Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes. It's home.
So why am I not there?
To be in Martinaise, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution fell.
What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
what does this option even mean?
Oh.
I guess I'm gonna click on it.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
Well, that was a different voice. Okay.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
Okay, well, I guess we should go to the west.
Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
So what's down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
And beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Who are you, ghosts?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinez every day.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna run my fingers through my hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
What's above?
Coalition era statics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Alright, well that's all of it, I guess. Motherfucker, I guess.
Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Alright. Well, that's an extra 10 experience. That's good, I guess. Oh, right. Didn't we have an extra thing? We had an extra thing that was related to the car, right? Oh, wait a second. I'm just noticing here. It specifically says, ask the Whirling, Frit, or maybe Kuno, or some other local kids. There's another local kid. She's right here.
Oh.
Maybe we have a chance?
The lights are so pretty when it gets dark.
Say, child, you wouldn't happen to know a good fridge, would you?
A fridge?
Yes, like a big fridge a cop could put a dead body into.
You mean like the ice bear fridge? Man, that's scary.
Ice bear fridge?
Yes, like a bear, but white. There's a fridge below the building in the basement, with red glowing eyes. I went back there once, behind the bookstore. Mum doesn't want me to go there anymore. Not that I want to. It was pretty scary.
Okay, so that's just the fridge that we just tried to get into, huh?
Yes.
One more thing. How do I
Answered
get
your question?
How do I get inside the building? I already talked to your mom, but she's not letting anyone in.
She can be pretty strict. You're right about that. I don't really know what to say. You could try sneaking in.
She smiles shyly, like she's not sure it's the right answer.
I'm sorry, sir. I really don't know. Anyway.
Okay, bye, thanks. Okay, maybe I can talk to the mom. Maybe?
I think it was a check to convince her that you can get rid of ghosts, right?
Yeah, and I feel like we tried that last time and we
You've
still
hurt
failed.
yourself now. I told you not to mess around back there.
And I think
What
we
do
had a
you
good
even trying to
chance too,
accomplish, you
which
fool?
really sucks.
Yeah. I thought it was obvious. I tried to smash through the door by using pure physical force. I need to know what...
You might want to heal.
Very correct. Alright.
You're only making things worse. Stop it. Be compelled to look at the books. Go to them.
I was told there's a huge fridge in the building's cellar. Can I go in there?
Fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
For whatever reason,
No!
she's lying
No!
to you about the fridge. Seems like you have to find your own way to the cellar.
Seriously, I need to get to the fridge in the cellar. It's a police matter. I have a dead body to take care of.
What? Oh my god! A victim of the curse? The curse has started killing people? It's killing now?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, that's why you need to let me in there.
You're right. It's worse than I imagined. We definitely have to contain it now.
Yes, this is your chance. Only a remote viewer can solve this case. This definitely softened her up.
We still can't do it!
How much XP do we need to level up?
Like 85. So many.
So many!
Ah, okay. Well, in that case, maybe I should focus on some of this other stuff. Ask Kim to tell you about the rest of the case.
I mean, it is getting late. I don't know if they
Yes.
force you to go to sleep at any point, but...
That is true. You know what? They did also mention at one point that, aren't there gonna be, like, plenty of... I love how that tooltip is straight up like, oh, do you want to sneak behind Kim's back to do something? Here's how to do it. I don't think I can talk to any of these guys, actually. Like, I'm mousing
No,
over
these
them.
guys you can't talk to.
Damn. Alright.
Helpful hint. Do crimes.
Yeah, I don't have money. I think I'm gonna have to just ask Gart to be nice to me, and it's not gonna work.
Maybe you can use your best, like, puppy dog eyes and be like,
Yeah, puppy dog eyes with this fucking face. We'll see if it
I
works.
got the body down!
Can I help you?
So about that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
How much do I owe you
A
again?
lot. For the room and broken window, 100 real.
Actually, let's talk about something else
What?
instead.
I was rarely enjoying talking about the money you owe me.
Bye.
Can you just, like, go up to your room to go to sleep?
Maybe? I don't know if I want to go to sleep just yet, though, is the thing.
You want to get rid of Kim?
Yeah, we might have to, huh?
Wait, shouldn't...
Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor.
What do you mean, any of them? I picked them up! I sold them
there's
for
still
money.
That one.
There's
still
still
that
one,
one.
but that's just one. You can avoid that.
Where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
Nice.
Well,
This
we
is
are...
where the magic happens.
gonna
It's
go
like
with this.
MTV Cribs.
Yeah.
And by that, you mean crimes against humanity?
The first one's so sad.
That is really sad. No, I meant disco. Never mind. I'm doing this one just for the name drop.
I know what you meant.
He looks towards the exit longingly.
Poor Kim.
Oh. Worlds failed to describe how rank it smells in here. They should have sent a poet.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Okay, so we can't go to sleep yet.
Oh. Oh, I guess you have to make a decision about the body?
I guess. And I think our decision
Which
is gonna
means
have
we
to be
can't
to
do-
send it back to the station because...
Yeah. We can't give Kudo anything without... with Kim here.
Yeah, and even then, I don't think we have anything to give Kuno. And I don't think I have the money to get him something, so...
I think you might be able to buy cigarettes from Frit, but I don't know.
Let me double check.
Give Kuno a thrashing. We tried.
We tried! That's why we're in this situation! Okay, just a second.
A colorful display of cigarettes and
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Okay, the cigarettes are the cheapest. I still don't know if I want to give cigarettes to a child.
Yeah, but he's like a weird child.
It's still a child, Val!
But he already does like worse things. Maybe we can get him hooked on these instead.
Like, yeah, maybe the cigarettes would help him chill out a little bit, which would probably be good, but also... I don't know. I honestly kind of feel bad for Kuno, because it's like... What the
Yeah.
fuck happened to you? Like,
To make him like that.
yeah, why are you like this?
You don't have to give him anything.
But I feel like we're gonna get a bad ending! The thing is, it also isn't even confirmed if Kuno has fucking anything to give me. Give Kuno your gun,
I
what
thought he
could go
said he
wrong?
knew how to get to a fridge or something.
a colorful display.
I
of
mean, I'm
cigarettes and
mostly just trying to get on his
I'm
good
obliged
side.
to
You know
inform
what?
that both
Fuck it.
alcohol and cigar- Here you go, mister.
We'll be a little morally bankrupt as a treat.
Yay!
The
Yay!
tin machine stands in the corner. A sign says, "What?"
Okay, well, we don't have any bottles to sell.
Oh, there's one area you might want to check.
Oh?
So if you go to the left,
This way?
yeah. Just keep going, and then
Okay.
to the left, like by the
Uh.
bookstore.
Oh. Oh, wait, I'm getting two different thoughts. This damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake. Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza? I got the hiccups, no! Why? Okay, there we
So
go.
if you go by the bookstore, and then down the stairs,
Okay.
and up there. And then keep going up. And then go into that alleyway.
This one?
Yeah. There might be some things to explore.
Okay.
Like maybe you could talk to a certain
Oh! Hello? It is fucking Mingyu!
It is fucking Mingyu! Fucking coward! Waved a gun like a time you point that shit at me, you better take the shot.
She continues to be here. All due to you being a coward and not shooting her. The contempt is thick enough to cut through with a knife.
She's trying to do the same thing as, like, there's this one part in one of the Borderlands games where there's a guy who's just like, hey man, shoot me in the head, shoot me in the head, shoot me in the head right now. And you get a quest that's just called shoot this guy in the head. And you win it as soon as you shoot that guy in the head.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what's happening right now with this kid.
Her knuckles have turned white, holding on to that fence. She's been here for days, seething.
Okay. Well, we do have more to explore.
There's a guy
Garden
up there.
hose. Won't be of use until the snow melts. Oh. Hello.
Hello up there!
Balcony with a view to the yard. And the hanging. That smoker up there could be a witness. Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. How do I get up there?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. No trouble from me. I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
Like
Yes.
a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
On one hand, I want to ask him his name. On the other hand, he might be more willing to tell us stuff if it's anonymous, because it sounds like he doesn't want to be... He doesn't want it to be known that he was talking to the cops.
For sure, for sure.
So, looks like you got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the
I
hanging?
can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinet's standards.
What were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You had asked me that, didn't you?
Did you?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down.
Last week? I don't know. Look,
He looks around the courtyard again. Old patio chairs and dead houseplants litter the scene.
He's an actor, declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
Ooh, what kind of friend?
He was
Ooh,
my Sunday friend.
a boyfriend?
Makes
A
sense.
girlfriend?
Friends are nice on Sunday.
A
You
lover?
don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent.
Alright, well, that didn't get us very far. I guess I have to just ask his name now.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Whoa, that's
Martin
crazy. Did you
Martinez.
know that we live in
Good
Martinez
local
right
name.
now?
Let's go with that.
Love that Rhetoric's failure is just like, yeah, that seems legit. That doesn't seem like a fake name at all. Alright, we'll talk later.
No. We won't.
What do you mean by this, sir? He takes one last drag of a cigarette before stubbing it out on the balcony.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Okay, we got a 50-50 shot here, basically.
Here we go.
This is
I love gambling!
for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance? hidden
Gambling
behind the
stream
curtain.
next week.
I hope he doesn't end up doing worse things so he can feed his newfound nicotine addiction. Yeah, with Kuno, it's hard to tell. Hey, listen. I am just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet again somewhere else?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes. Compassion and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
His voice is soft and deliberate. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the cigarette butt sailing over the rail.
But, hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
Okay. And there he goes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
He's gone.
Lieutenant puts away his notebook and turns to you. You should run after him to see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there.
He nods towards a small rock on a soggy patch of grass.
If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Alright, let's do that.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it.
I mean, there almost definitely is.
There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
Hey!
Hey, we are getting experience.
The game's quite
This must
quiet.
be for the front door.
Oh,
Pity he doesn't have the apartment number on
here
it.
I can...
This
can see
building
about
has
turning
many
this up a little
apartments,
bit.
and the man can be in any of them.
I can only turn it up so much, but I think that should do it. Yeah, it was probably turned down from, like, some of the previous games that I've played.
That makes sense. And this game does run quiet.
Yeah. So how are we gonna find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
Okay, well, put the stone back. And let's go inside.
Whee!
Okay, it did say that most people go to bed at 21 hour or later. So we just got to the hotel room a little bit too early.
I see, I see.
Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. Damn. What's that?
Glasses?
Don't mind if I do. This
Put
box
those
is
bad
filled
boys
with...
on.
Yeah! Box is filled with cleaning chemicals, smells of laundry detergent. Okay.
You have glasses.
I don't. Oh!
Whoa, you're so cool!
Oh, look at this fit. We're slowly accumulating a halfway decent outfit.
You're so cool.
An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers, and old slippers. Apartment 12. A loud rumbling snore comes from within. Okay, so that's not our guy. Wait, but I didn't check this door. Huh? What? Moss crawls on those bathroom tiles. Actual moss.
Yuck.
These shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Okay.
Yuck.
Fucking gross. Bye. Wait. Is there something else? What is this? Ooh.
Alcohol?
I didn't even have to buy the cigarettes! I could have just given Kuno that!
Was there anything else in there? I thought there was something else that lit up.
There was. I just hit take all.
But wasn't
There
like,
was
another
that, and
thing
there
in
was,
there?
there was a drug. I think it was, for morale.
Well, no, like, wasn't there another interactable item in there?
You mean in the bathroom?
In the bathroom? Yeah.
I don't think... Oh, wait. Yeah, there is. What's this? Yes! Money!
Oh! You're rich.
I'm rich. I have $4.90. Alright.
Shoes.
Shoes. I'll take 1 penny from inside of the shoes.
Yay!
Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
Alright, let's examine
It's a
the
solid
padlock.
lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
I don't know how I feel about the breaking the padlock off of someone's door when I don't even know if I have to go in there.
You could knock.
I could knock.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'll knock on this door and then I'll circle back around to this one.
This door has been closed. No reply.
Okay, well that didn't help.
You hear someone walk. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to. You can feel tension on the other side.
Knock again.
Poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Wait, that was the wrong line.
Yeah.
This time the steps come closer. Who is this? Demands a female voice, wary and tense. This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive
Do
edge.
you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Which is true.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Fair point, fair point. The door number 9 is locked. Apartment 8. Their mailbox is overflowing. And who are you?
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Are you alright, ma'am?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her
You're
cheeks.
still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Who are you, first off?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you could call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
Okay, we can ask this, and it's gonna get us fucking nowhere. I can already tell.
What do you mean? That's his name.
Yes, very real name, Martin Martinez.
From Martinez.
I feel like that's not gonna get me anywhere. That's like walking up to someone being like, do you know anyone named John Doe? It's like, yeah, I've heard of a few people named that. So I have a few questions about those apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
Who lives behind the padlock door?
Oh, that one is a scientist. A future scholar.
Suddenly, the old lady's face is beaming.
I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study.
Astrology?
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
Are you sure you don't mean astronomy? Because those are two very different things.
That's what I said. Astrology.
I see, okay.
The lieutenant shakes his head, as though to say, let it go. Come on, people.
Will you?
Try to keep up any standards here. It's not about stars. It's... forget it.
Guy Manson from Placeville. Exactly. Everybody knows that guy.
Yeah. He's my neighbor.
It's one of the residents on a vacation. Their mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
They probably just moved or died. Hopefully somewhere else.
So who lives in apartment number 10?
No one lives there. It's been empty for months.
Huh, but problem, I just talked to somebody in there.
Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there.
She pauses,
The
eyeing the
Kill
hallway.
Bill
Maybe
siren
it's those
starts playing.
countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
I mean, sure, I'll take on a side quest. We do need the
I've
EXP.
never done that before.
Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
Yeah, I hate young
She
people.
mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Okay, I'm looking for Martin Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
No, you don't understand. I'm looking for a real person named Martin Martinez. He told me he's Martin Martinez. Do you think someone would do that? Look a cop dead in the eyes and tell lies?
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Jim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops, you really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
How about a young male in his mid-20s? Dark hair, skinny build, smoker on the balcony. Know where he lives?
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
He's wanted for murder. He's going away for life.
Crazy thing to just pull out.
I'm worried that we'd give her a stroke if we said that one. No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk? Talk?
She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath.
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Alright. Well, I feel like we should go there first. But at the same time...
You hear someone walking around inside.
Ma'am, I now have a reason for you to
number
open the
on
door.
panel says 10.
To be fair, if a messy alcoholic walked up to me and asked for my name, I'd lie too. Fair, obviously. Fair, honestly. Alright, this apartment is supposed to be empty. Did you break in here?
Excuse me? Of course not.
You have plenty of reason to enter.
I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a break-in.
Oh, come on.
There's a pause before you hear the door being
That was
unlocked.
smart.
Alright. Hi.
satisfied? My name is Marielle
lady's character
Charpentier, and
portrait
I'm
gives
an
me
agent with
nightmares.
Martinez Realty
Yeah,
Associates.
why are you
I am
smiling like
not
that, ma'am?
breaking in, as I have every right
She's
to
a real
be here.
estate agent.
The keys.
That's what they all do.
Boy,
I guess?
there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20, at least. Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
She fumbles through her purse, fishing out a light paper-clad passport. I don't need your ID. I just need to ask you some questions.
Very well, but please make it quick. I need to be back in La Delta in an hour.
What are you doing here?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
I fuck shit up too!
Sounds like they knew how to have a good time.
Okay, see, here's the thing. I want to go with the funny answer. So bad.
Yeah, for sure.
This seems like it would give us actual information, potentially, though. I'm going with the funny answer.
Sounds like you spend too much time undercover in some rock band.
Who lived here?
It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent.
She stops, hesitating.
A sudden serious look crosses her face. This story didn't have a happy ending.
But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry.
Isn't it a bit late to be working? Like, it's almost, what, like 10 o'clock at night at this point?
It is.
She breathes in and out to the count of 3. Looks like some special stress release technique before she continues.
Everyone says the real estate agents don't do anything. But here I am in the middle of the night cleaning up someone's crash pad. So the sooner we get this over with, the better.
She means you. Time for the next question. So I glimpsed a foreclosed apartment down the hallway.
Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
She snaps her
The
fingers.
sum must have been puny. Oh, it irks her. The incompetence.
My money has also disappeared, I think.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it.
Well, it couldn't have been that much money. These apartments do look pretty shabby.
These apartments
really.
are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million-real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable.
I don't know if looking at this, like, describing it as it has life, I feel like you mean something else. Like, when you look at an actual...
There are bars on the window.
There are bars on the window. The only life that's happening in here are cockroaches and rats.
I'll tell you.
Oh, and the moss that's on
Martinez
that
has a future.
wall.
And the moss.
In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
So wait, what happened with the wall?
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both.
She's still shaking her head, manicured hands now crossed over the chest. That's all. Thank you.
Of course.
She replies with a smile, but her eyes remain glazed over. She's been waiting for you to leave. Okay, cool, thanks, ma'am. What's this? A blister pack of medicine peeks out of the box. You should take it!
Yeah!
I don't know if Is doing this in front of her a good idea?
Who cares?
Actually. Okay. Take off. Okay, it didn't matter. Looks like a fine mattress. Don't be ridiculous. You can hear it swarming with bugs. The idea of a mattress
Nice.
being so full of bugs that you can hear them is fucking awful.
Nightmare. 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 Nightmare.
Nightmare. Black monk straps. +1 to indirect modes of taxation?
I don't know what that is. I'll be honest.
These Per and Ingersoll shoes have no lacing, but a strap and a buckle. Due to their elegance and affluent design, they have been described as the most advanced dress shoe. So advanced, in fact, that walking through slush and mud does not leave a single trace on them. So these just make me look rich, is what it's saying.
Maybe Gart will be like, "Oh, you must have the money. Look at the shoes you're wearing."
Yeah,
Also,
but then
look
I
at the
don't.
Weird. Look at the glitch happening to Harry's pants in the bag.
Oh god, what the fuck is happening there? What the hell? Oh, it's Kim! It's because Kim's in the way. It's Kim!
I love that.
Sorry, Kim, we fused. Have you ever seen Steven Universe, Kim? That's the kind of shit we're on right now.
Oh, that would be the most, like, sad fusion ever.
Yeah. Love how this is also called Disco Ass Blazer.
Oh, chat, I bought a new rock today. I got a new rock.
A new rock?
For my crystal necklace. I went to another gem store.
Oh, I see.
Crystal healing store.
Ah.
Not because I want to be healed, for people who haven't heard the first part of the story from my stream yesterday.
Yeah, I did not catch that stream. I completely missed it, so.
I bought a necklace that holds crystals at a crystal healing store because there was just one, and me and Valor Mom were like, let's just go check it out. And there was like a pretty rock and a pretty thing you could put it in.
That
a
isn't
pretty
just a
necklace.
5-pointed star.
Mm.
It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers.
Sorry, I didn't realize
The
clicking this would
iconography of
actually
communism,
open.
in other words.
No, that's okay. I didn't know either.
Yeah, I figured it would just be like another line of dialogue. Look out, Kim, there are communists here. Inspect the symbol closer?
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mezov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
So
This
why?
doesn't feel like astrology.
No, I don't think so. I think that might have just been what he told the cleaning lady, so this way she didn't think that he was a communist. So why is the star upside down?
To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it.
And why white?
Because white is the color of peace.
What does it evoke in me?
Nothing at all yet. Right now, it's just meaningless shapes on a wall.
I thought we already learned this, though.
We did, I think, but...
This door has been closed with a padlock. But
okay. This isn't the way to get into that one, though. Because didn't they say something about, like, oh, you have to go up on the balcony?
Yeah.
So it must be... wait.
a shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor.
Rub my sides for
A
warmth.
former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Her face.
Is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression.
The plan.
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down.
Look around yourself.
It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room. She had an eye for beauty.
Okay, interesting. Someone has torn down the wall. Oh, this is what the architect lady was talking about. An old grocery list is on the table. And checks. Cool. 1 health. And 20 cents.
20 cents! Yay!
Yay!
Yay, yippee!
Yay, yippee! I love getting drugs and money.
Yeah, so at this rock store, there's like this one rock, and it was like my favorite color. So I really like lime green. I was like, oh, it's lime green. But they had it in a set. And then it had like a meaning over top of it, and it was like fertility. And I was like, ew. Ew.
Ew.
And then she's like, we can just give you that rock because then it won't have that power. And I was like, sure. She was like, we'll just replace it with a different one. Like, okay. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Thank you, ma'am. Also,
Thank you for removing its powers.
I think this guy was talking to us.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue d'Esperance. You wait and see.
Normal thing to say to someone.
The girl stares at the sailboat by the pier. You sure do have eyes in that portrait, ma'am.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Yeah, that last one. I think we need to know that.
Hep, yeah, when were you last tested? I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know if we should ask that one. I was gonna go with this one, but then I realized that calling her little lady is, like, so condescending. Let's start with your blood type and go from there.
Go where? Accosting a minor?
Listen
Is she
to
a
your
minor?
partner, Pigman. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies.
Despite the attitude, she puts the brush aside.
Are you old or a child?
Yeah, you're giving off some mixed signals here, ma'am.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Is that heavy fuel oil?
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
He says, studying the contents of Cindy's bucket.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
Saying this to a cop.
She really did it. She's proud of it, too.
Fumes are bad for you, okay?
Okay.
Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage.
You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
Not what it says.
Nope.
She nods disdainfully towards the woman performing maintenance on the boat docked next to the pier.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
Messier seems familiar. Like, that feels like either a last name of, like, a different character that we've already spoken to, or, like, someone who's been mentioned to us before.
Do you
That
want to know
was
which of the
on
two?
her. Someone's
Huh?
got to keep an eye on her.
Do you want to know which of the two?
Yes, actually.
They've been mentioned before.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so who is she?
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should
Oh!
talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to her zon.
What are you doing to the wall, by the way?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
So you don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cabs. And my name's not Mona, so...
She wants it to be something true and total.
So why are you so committed to putting up this graffiti? Or my theory is that it's not actually graffiti and she's gonna try to burn the place down, because we did just fucking confirm that this is just gasoline, basically. But I do want to hear why you're so committed to doing this.
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation.
I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
I love public art! Actually, I don't have an opinion, I lied.
What's your opinion?
Hell yeah. Love graffiti.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Awesome! We love some reverse psychology. Do you know anything about the murder, by the way?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
No, actually, there
It's
is.
really comfortable. Sorry.
What's really comfortable?
Her jacket. It looks really comfy.
It does. You gotta love, like, I feel like with coats, you have to get them a little bit oversized. Specifically so
Oh yeah,
you
for
can just
sure.
kind of, like, sink into them.
I am still on the search for a coat that I can pretend belongs to Saejima from Yakuza.
Hell yeah. His
'Cause
coat
his
does
jacket looks so comfy.
Yeah! Like, it looks so goddamn warm.
I love that in Yakuza 0, you can basically make Majima wear Saejima's jacket, and it looks like 5 sizes too big, and he just looks so cute.
That's awesome!
It's not Saejima's, it's actually Lee's, but we pretend, because why
Close
would it
enough.
be Lee's fucking jacket?
It's
Nobody
fine.
cares about Lee.
Nobody cares about Lee. That's the guy that died in, like, Yakuza 0, right?
Yeah. And now
Yeah,
people are
he was-
thinking that they're gonna bring him back to life in the director's cut because of one of the new cutscenes.
There's gonna be a director's cut of Yakuza 0?
What?
I didn't hear about
They
this.
They announced it at the Switch 2 thing. It's coming out on
Oh.
release of the Switch 2.
Yeah, I still
New
haven't watched
cutscenes
that
and
whole...
everything.
I still haven't watched that whole direct, I'll be honest. Like... I haven't watched the first one either. I just kind of was like, oh, we got Pokemon news, and we got Tomodachi Life 2. That's what I care about. Okay, I'll watch those trailers, and that's it.
And you call yourself a gamer?
Look, I call myself a gamer very, very loosely. I call myself a gamer because I play video games.
Do you think Harry Dubois would be excited about the Nintendo Switch 2?
I know. It is pretty fucking expensive.
It is. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. I mean, there are people pointing out that apparently a similar thing happened with the 3DS, where they were asking a lot for it originally. Like, they were asking, like, $300, $400 for that thing. And then, people just didn't fucking buy it. So they, like, cut the price in half and were like, please buy our system.
Which is really funny, because now the 3DS is back up to being, like, $300 to $400.
Well, yeah, but that's because they're not making them anymore is the problem.
Yeah, but I didn't want to pay close to $400 for a 3DS.
Understandable, to be honest. It's part of the reason why,
I do love
like,
my new 3DS, though. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's, like, I've wanted to kind of get into, like, 3DS hacking, because it seems pretty easy to do, and it's kind of, like, the only way that you can get some of, like, the e-store stuff now, because,
yeah,
of course, they shut that down, so it's, like, you don't have many other options. And also, it's because I keep seeing funny memes where it's, like, someone buys a 3DS that wound up, like, being hacked beforehand, and it just has, like, screenshots of Breaking Bad as, like, the fucking layout.
That's so funny.
Yeah, like, the one I remember seeing is, someone where their, like, skin for their 3DS on the top, it's just that one picture of fucking Walter White with the hat on, like, looking at the screen all serious, and then the bottom screen was him, like, on the ground from, like, that one gif where he just falls to the ground and then looks really sad. It was
the
just
perfect 3DS theme.
Exactly.
The 3DS is such a fun console, too. Like, there's bangers on there.
Exactly, and it's like, I didn't get to play a lot of those bangers, because whenever they came out, I was still, like, just barely started on making my Lolita wardrobe, and that took priority, so it's like, I never got to play the original Tomodachi Life, I never got to play Animal Crossing New Leaf. Even though I wanted them when they came out, it was just sort of like, okay, well, I'll get to play them if I get this as, like, a gift from a family member for my birthday or Christmas. And then I didn't get them for my birthday or Christmas, so...
So you just never played them?
I just never played them.
Dang.
And it's
Fire
like now...
Emblem's where it's at, though.
Yeah, it's like now I'm tempted to play some Tomodachi Life, because I never got to play the original, and it's like, yeah, it's coming out on the Switch, and I think it's coming out on the original Switch, right?
They did announce it during the regular Direct, so
okay.
I guess that confirms that it is on the regular Switch.
That's good.
I hope.
Yeah, I hope
nice.
as well. I really want to play it. Yeah.
I've been looking for Tomodachi Life for my 3DS, but apparently it's like $100 game.
Really?
I know. It seems fake. That game doesn't seem like it should be worth $100, but it is.
I kind of do get it, though, because it is, like, a first-party Nintendo game that kind of just never got a follow-up. There were a lot of, like, really popular videos online about it. Like, there's the whole Vinesauce playthrough. There's, like, I've been watching, like, the big yellow supercuts of Tomodachi Life. I'm genuinely kind of excited to see what happens whenever the second game finally releases. Like, I feel like there's gonna be just so much Tomodachi Life on the internet. For a solid few months. Like, I don't know if it's gonna reach the same level of intensity that Animal Crossing hit, but I feel like we're gonna be seeing a lot of playthroughs of that game.
I know for a fact that I'm going to be playing it on stream, so...
Hell yeah. I don't know if I would end up playing it on stream. I kind of just want it so I can put, like, all of my OCs into, like, an apartment building and just see what fucking chaos results from that.
I really hope that it has the Mii creator from Miitopia.
Oh, they have to.
There's,
They
like,
have
no
to
way
include
they're not
that.
doing that.
There's no way. I mean, I think there have already been people, like, pointing out stuff in the trailers and being like, yeah, that seems like it's almost definitely the makeup system from Miitopia.
Mm-hmm.
I need to
I'm
play
so
Miitopia
excited.
as well. Yeah, I am too. It's kind of insane to think that the first Tomodachi Life came out in fucking, like, 2013, I want to say.
Mm.
And now we're just now getting a sequel. And I think it's also, isn't it not coming out until 2026 or something?
Yeah, 2026 is what they said.
Damn. It's a long time for me to wait.
And without the Game Boy game Hamtaro, Tomodachi Life would not have been a thing, and Mii's would have never been created.
Yep.
Think
You can
about
look it
that,
up.
gamers. Mm-hmm.
Hamtaro is one of the most culturally important pieces of media to ever exist. Because of this
Actually.
one fact.
Actually, though, probably. Because the Wii would not be as successful without Mii's.
That's
That's
true.
a fact.
That is true. Like, that was a pretty huge draw, like, back on the original Wii, whenever it was just like, oh yeah, you can just make these guys and then they can, like, run around in this plaza. Like, that was
Yeah, and you
already
can play
fun
games
enough.
as them.
Yeah. Like, you can just insert yourself
golf.
into games. Like, it's like, I never got to play that many games on the Wii because I just preferred to play things, like, on my DS mostly. I feel like I liked the Wii well enough, but I was like, okay, this is what I play when I want to, like, move around, basically.
Yeah,
And
for sure,
that's
for sure.
that's not every time I sit down at a video game. But it's like, I learned recently that it's like, oh yeah, Mario Kart for the Wii. Like, randomly, there are, like, statues in the game that can be replaced with, like, some of your Miis. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh, that's
so
really cool.
That's so fun.
I kind of wish that Nintendo games still did that. Like, still just had
Used
elements of the game. Yeah, still use the Miis. Maybe that's what they're getting into with Tomodachi Life 2, though. Because people have pointed out that apparently, like, the Miis in that trailer are different from the rest of the Miis for, like, more reasons than them just having ears. Like, apparently, like, the hairstyles are completely different. There's, like...
Yeah, they had, like, two-tone hair now.
Yeah.
and all sorts of stuff.
Exactly. So, maybe that's what they're gonna be doing with the Switch, too. I don't know.
I hope that they add themes to the Switch, too.
Yes.
That would be really cool. Instead of just a dark mode and a light mode.
Yeah. It's like, I do feel like some of the fun and whimsy was kind of lost going from the 3DS to the Switch. Because...
Yeah, 100%. Going back to, like, the 3DS now, it's like, oh, there's so much fun here. It's just fun. And if it's not fun, what's the point?
Exactly!
That's what Reggie said. They should have never got rid of Reggie.
Never.
If it's not fun, then what's the point? He was so angry in that, like, E3 presentation.
He was seeing visions of the future and going, oh, I have to prevent this.
The game is fun. And if it's not fun, what is the point?
What is the point?
Can you believe he worked at, like, Domino's before? Like, he was the CEO of Domino's or something?
What?
Yeah, he worked for Domino's before he worked for Nintendo.
Damn. That... Did he go back to Domino's afterwards? Like, is that why he left?
Maybe that explains why, like, one of the first things he said when he joined Nintendo was, I'm here to kick ass and make games or something. What did he say? He said kick ass. He's here to kick ass.
Very funny as
Remember?
someone working for Nintendo.
He
you know, a
came in
company
so hostile. Here's what he said when he was announced to be working for Nintendo. He said, My name is Reggie. I'm about kicking ass. I'm about taking names. And we're about making games.
Thanks, Reggie!
That's a crazy thing to say!
That's a crazy thing to say specifically as someone who's, like, starting to work for Nintendo, because, like, when did Reggie start working with Nintendo? It must have been, like, the like, mid-2000s, right? Like, I feel like he was around for a while.
2003.
Okay, so that approach probably would have worked in, like, a bunch of other game studios at the time, because we were still coming out of, like, the 90s, like, edginess, I guess. So it's like, at any other studio, you know, that might be understandable. At Nintendo!
Wait, Wiki says 2006.
Even so, I think it still works.
Wait, okay. Wiki says 2006. Nintendo says 2003.
I would
trust?
I would trust Nintendo a little bit more, because wikis can just be edited by 12-year-olds.
It's not Nintendo, it's the Nintendo fandom wiki.
Oh, well, I don't trust that either, then.
Wikipedia says 2006.
Okay, I
Wiki
slightly
says 2003.
I think I trust Wikipedia more then, because they can be pretty strict with details on articles and stuff, and I feel like the Nintendo article would absolutely have, like, a lot more scrutiny on it. Or, like, anything related to Nintendo, because it's so popular.
God, he was so cool. And he still shows up at, like, the Game Awards. He's so cool.
Alright, Harry is just staring off into the middle distance as we talk about Nintendo games in his brain.
Have you ever played with a 3DS before?
Do you know what a
What are you talking about, pig?
What is a 3DS? I love the idea that Harry partied so hard that not only did he lose all of his past memories, it also caused us to come in. It's kind of like, it's kind of like in horror movies where they talk about how, like, oh, if you use a Ouija board, you have to make sure that you move the planchette to goodbye afterwards, or you leave the door open for other things to come through. In this case, instead of a Ouija board, there was just a fuck ton of alcohol. And instead of demons, there's us.
Which some might say is worse.
Which some would say is worse.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
Yeah, there's a 12-year-old over in the courtyard that I might have to give cigarettes to later, just so this way he can maybe help us.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Alright, thanks. Catch you later.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Are they your freaky
Thanks.
eyes?
They might be her freaky eyes. An autosave. Alright. Hi. Oh, this is the coal room. I see.
You might want to have your wrench in your hand.
Okay.
Just as
Noted.
a little pro gamer tip.
Do I have a wrench? I mean, I
Oh,
have
the
a pry
bar,
bar.
I mean. Yeah,
There we
sorry.
go.
I forgot what it was.
All good. Oh, this one's blue.
Open that blue one.
Ooh! I'm getting so much money. All right.
Yeah, you'll
There
have
are-
$100 in no time.
Pants? What? Okay. Are we not going to comment on this? Although these jeans look worn, the wearer must have had an ass given to them by the mighty Lord himself. That beautiful peach-shaped man ass has imprinted itself so deep in the fabric, you can't help but wonder if wearing them would start molding your own vague rear side into a more shapely form as well. Electrochemistry, god ass. -1 reaction speed. Okay. Let's see. Okay, these ones already give us +1.
Electrochemistry.
Yeah. It does give us -1 savoir-faire, though.
And you already have another thing that has negative savoir-faire.
Yeah, so maybe putting on these jeans is the best choice. Oh yeah, look at our fit!
Yeah! Your ass is gonna look so good in those.
I will say, this outfit is slowly evolving to look like someone's grandpa who got loose in a thrift store. Which isn't the worst look. We could definitely look worse, but I am noticing, like, as time goes on, I just noticed that Harry's head looks back and forth whenever I move my mouse around. Alright. Oh, also, we do have some postcards.
Yeah,
we also have a photo of a happy couple that we could apparently sell for $1.21. Oh, I see. Can I sell... I would love to sell these rich-ass shoes. That could probably get me my fucking room for the night. That would be great.
As
The pockets
far as
of
I know, you
these
can't
new
sell
jeans
clothes.
are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something soft yet crinkly.
Oh, money?
Money would be great. My first thought was,
never got
fuck.
this.
Someone left a chocolate bar wrapper in there.
Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you
hell
of
yeah.
the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar.
Okay.
Cool.
Right.
Crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, Tutti Frutti. It smells faintly of apricots with a barely noticeable twinge of cinnamon.
Slowly evolving to old man and thrift store girl. That is this game's tagline. We've passed that for a while. You're right. Why do I even care about this?
Question. There is no answer or secret phrase written on the inside of the wrapper. Yet you're drawn to it. Drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with a Tutti Frutti wrapper. Throw it away, please.
No, I'm gonna hang on to it just in case.
Carefully fold the wrapper into a square before putting it back into your pocket, lovingly even, despite the strange feeling of regret.
Alright, well, some kind of backstory shit is happening there, I suppose. I don't know what it all means yet, though. Enough cold to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. Tasty. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Okay, well, that seems to be everything here. Okay. See, I should probably talk to that lady that's down by the boat. There's too much to do!
You could always do it tomorrow.
That is true. Door's locked, you can't get in. Okay. Well. Alright, I'll go to the exit. I'll talk to the lady, and then I'll see if I can circle back around to the other guy. Okay. I hope you can be
There's
of
something
any
you could
help.
look in. There's things you can look in.
I know, but I also want to make sure that I'm getting to her before she goes to bed or whatever.
Oh, that's true.
What is that? Magnesium. Nice. I have so much stuff for morale and I do not need it.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good evening, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Joyce L. What does the L stand for?
Baton, my maiden name.
Her bony hand dangles from the sleeve of her oversized raincoat. What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
Well, I'll shake her hand, be on good terms starting off. Seems good.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will. Gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
I mean, Kim did tell us to be as wacky as we wanted in this one.
He did. You have permission.
I have full permission to go full dumbass.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Hey, you seem rich. Can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
What? Why not?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
What nice fabrics.
Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat.
Oh no, Vesta, Vesta, get away from the screen! No! Kitty! Here we go.
Meow, meow, meow.
Unfortunately, she can't hear you. I got my earbuds in. Meow, meow, meow! Her ears did kind of perk up at that one, so I think she may have kind of heard it. She doesn't seem like she wants to respond either way, though, is the thing. Also, I don't know what's up with my camera today. I move my head too much in any direction, and it's like, oh, you're going off screen now. I see.
Strange.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Even.
To be honest, I'm surprised that I haven't had my webcam freeze yet.
Now it has to happen, because
now
you've
it
brought
has
attention
to.
it.
Yeah.
While dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. Wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible, within reason.
Yuck.
Yeah, so?
Now look at you. You misery-clad simian. Barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
The type of rich person who says anybody can get rich if they just try hard.
I see. What is this feeling? I've never felt it before, coming right after ashamed. I'm not ashamed.
Shame? You haven't really been in the presence of gentlefolk either, have you? What shame is there to be felt in front of these dock workers, cops, and hotel clerks, but to belittle yourself in these eyes of Odinin?
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
We're not winning that one.
No.
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course
Would
there
you be
are.
able to live on a boat?
We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed
Like,
to get
do you mean
around?
in general, or if I specifically would be able to do it?
You specifically.
I've considered it, I'll be honest. Like, mostly back in middle school, early high school, when I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life. And just kind of, like, thinking about ideas for the future. I mean, I guess it kind of goes hand in hand with how at the time I was like, yeah, if I haven't figured out what I want to do, like what I want to go to college for, I might try and get hired by like some kind of cruise ship service. Yeah, because I figured then this way it's like,
though.
it is. It's not the same, but like, it's still the general idea of living on a boat. My one concern, well, my two concerns. The first one is the more mundane one, which is just, hey, I don't think that boats get very good internet access. I think I would not be able to do a lot of the stuff that I do in my everyday life right now if I lived on a boat. And also, it would just be way easier for me to lose all of my shit, because if that boat goes under, like, yeah, sure, I could recover some stuff, but most stuff would end up being too water damaged, I think.
You assume you would be okay.
I would assume, maybe? See, I was imagining sort of like the scenario where it's like, it's like the houseboat equivalent of coming home and your house is on fire. But in this case, it's like if you come home and something fucked up with your houseboat, the houseboat just won't be there anymore. It will be underwater.
Right. But something could happen to it while you're, like, sleeping there, too.
That's true. And also, I did just realize that if the houseboat went under while I was away at work, like, that's the ultimate nightmare scenario, because Vesta would be inside! Oh my god!
Oh no!
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. Like, just with that thought now, it's like, nope, can't do it, can't do it.
See, even with, like, a cruise, though, I feel like I would get out to sea, and then I'd feel trapped and stuck, and I wouldn't be able to get off, because I'm in the middle of the ocean.
That's fair, I guess. I feel like I'm just good at being inside of places.
See, Nah. I can't do that.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's why I have a phobia of space, too. Even though it's not real. Why I convince myself that it's not real.
Yeah, no, space is fucking scary. I also would not go to space. Even if I was told, like, yeah, we can get you up there completely for free, it'll be completely safe, I'd still be like, no. Because if something goes wrong, I am just dead. I don't like being
There's no maybe if something goes wrong. You just die.
You just die. That's not... I'm not willing to do that. It's the same with, like, going in a submarine, like, to explore, like, the deep sea. It's like, I'd never fucking do that, because if something goes wrong, I'm just dead.
Exactly. Have you seen that show where it's like, they have 20 people who believe one thing, and then one person in the middle who believes something else, and the person in the middle has to debate the 20 people around? And it's usually, like, a profession, or, like, a professional of that thing in the middle, and then, like, 20 people who don't believe in that thing.
Right, yeah.
I want them to do an episode of an astronaut in the middle, and then 20 flat earthers. I feel like that episode would go so hard.
Oh, it fucking would.
If they do that, they owe me royalties, by the way. Because I came up with it.
Yeah, that's your idea.
Yeah, that's
not theirs.
From my brain. I came up with that.
That would be a good fucking episode of it, though.
It would go so hard, dude.
Also, wait, we're on an archipelago?
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Oh, Caillou, every parent's favorite cartoon.
Everybody's favorite fictional child.
I actually loved Caillou as a kid.
I didn't watch much of it. The only thing that I did watch from it, they had like a Christmas special. And for some reason, I would watch that on loop as a kid. I have no idea why. I think it's literally like the only thing of Caillou I've ever seen.
See, mine, I have something sort of similar, but it's the airplane episode of Caillou, where the pilot lets him go into the cockpit, which they can't do anymore.
No.
But they're like, in the episode, they're like, yeah, we let kids up here all the time. And they sort of make it sound like, yeah, kids who are watching the show, you can ask too.
And no, like, now you can't.
Not anymore. Unfortunately.
No, unfortunately,
2011.
They're you mean 2001?
Hmm?
Isn't 2001 when the things changed?
I thought...
Are we thinking of different things?
I thought it was 2011.
I'm not sure.
In 2011.
I don't know if we're talking about the same thing here. I also don't know when the pilot thing changed.
Well, when the thing happened.
That was 2001. That was 2001.
Oh. Well. Huh. My world's changing at a, like, alarming rate, actually.
They call it that because it happened on the 11th of the month.
Oh.
Yeah. September 2069. Yep, that's when it happened. Caillou, I thought we were in Revachol.
We are, and the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou.
Still haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here. Take that.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a type.
Could be if I got my hands on it.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19, because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word, it, feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name. A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below,
we should name it Lady.
Fish-like shape of the hull.
We should.
The water.
Since it's for the lady.
Exactly.
Darkness. You're reminded of something.
And then it can be like a Devil May Cry thing.
Someone.
Yeah.
And it'll swear way too much for no reason.
Cool, but your boat really needs a name.
Okay. How about Cordelati 19? Why?
She taps on the side of the boat. It makes a hollow sound.
Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cordelati, and its hull is 19 paces long.
You're boring.
How about the sleek fish?
How about the X something?
How about Dolores? Dolores
That's
is just a name.
That's the closest to Lady.
That is the closest to Lady. Call it the sleek fish.
What?
Because it's sleek and fish-like.
I think I'll stick with the factory name, but thank you.
Okay, but what kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft, a 19-pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing, though these days I mainly use it for business.
This would have been even funnier to say cool, but your boat really needs a name.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part.
Stop pretending to be fun.
It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Give me a second, Kim. It's all part of the process.
I really
you told me to be wacky.
Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly Fox, you're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this.
I think I have a handle on the boat thing now,
Good.
thank you. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Wow.
I'd sure like to have some of that.
Can I have some money?
Can I please have some money?
Please, please, please. What is a billion?
It's a number, officer. A big one.
What's it made of?
It's made of 1,000 millions. A million is made of 1,000 thousands.
Numbers like that mean
Wow.
nothing to me.
Yes, past a certain point, numbers begin to seem imaginary. But they are quite real for the 72,000 employees who depend on Wild Pines for their paychecks. A conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving and growing, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It is a tremendous responsibility.
So where does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lormantanga on behalf of the suzerain.
See, every time, because I feel like this name has cropped up before, the Insulindian. It just makes me think of this bit from a YouTube poop that I like, where they're like, it's located on the Insulan Peninsula. It costs $350,000 to visit the Insulan Peninsula for less than 2 seconds.
Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
Everyone in this game is like a parent patiently answering every question, but the toddler keeps asking why. What does such a huge system want with a place like this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
You don't keep it moving, the workers do. The company is nothing without them.
We built this district. All the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions, the plazas Meteor and Mosaic, even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP.
She points behind you where the seawall rises.
Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees. A company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
Okay, so, what can you tell me about this strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What if I want to hear about the trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments that gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
An octopus, let me kill it! Wouldn't want to disturb an octopus.
Good luck is only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own.
What the man means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
I see.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
So what is your role in this precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, you mean Measurehead?
I know that guy!
I know that guy! He talked to me about race wars.
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
So how were the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
She eats the clerical work like groceries. That's why she's so rich, she can just eat paper, and she's fine. It's kind of like those, like, rich people that have that gene that makes it so you can only sleep for, like, 5 hours a day, and it feels like you've slept 8.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she has, like, the eating equivalent of that.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Isn't
What?
overtime pay, like, that seems sort of like something you should have had in place to begin with.
Yeah! Yeah!
And I don't think a medical plan is, like,
That,
crazy to ask for either.
That shouldn't be that crazy to ask for. But you gotta remember, she's also rich and
That's true.
a company, like, representative. Okay, so what are their demands this time?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
I don't know what to think about that, because on one hand, it's like, yeah, that's great in theory. That's
a lot of people on the board.
It's a lot of people on the board. I feel like you might be getting into a too many chefs situation.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
That seems a little difficult to organize.
Just so you understand,
Yeah, really.
this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
It's pretty funny.
They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution.
So, what are you gonna do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Alright.
Do you think his first name really is Call Me?
I doubt it. There is a small chance, though. So we can put our hopes in, like, the 2% chance that it actually is his real name. I feel like we're just gonna end up being disappointed, though. So what happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it?
She pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
I love the difference from cool, not cool.
Not cool.
And to be fair, yeah, that's not cool.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the Union.
So on that note, what do you think of Everard?
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Wait, there are two of them?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
That fucking sucks. So what about the Union itself outside of the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And
to
your
me.
opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
I mean, we haven't had too much contact with them, like, flat out
Other
yet.
than Claire.
Yeah, we've talked to Claire. He kind of fucking sucks. His first thing was basically...
Manana.
I mean, that guy seems pretty chill and cool. Like...
He did.
He didn't seem too bad. And he seemed to genuinely care about, like, trying to get better rights for the workers.
And there was that guy who was singing the song.
Yeah.
He was cool.
So, yeah, so it's like... There are some cool things, and it's like, when it comes to strikes as a whole, it's like, generally I support them, but it's like, it sounds like these guys are a little bit more, shady.
Especially Claire. The Clare brothers.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go with a leech, because it doesn't, well, okay, here's the thing. She did also mention that they did strike twice before, and that's how they got overtime pay and medical pay. So on one hand, they aren't an effective advocate for the rights of the local working men, but also...
Was
like,
it
our
the Clare brothers who were the head, though, at that point? When they got those things?
Let me see. I can't go back that far.
Oh, dang.
But, yeah, she did mention that, yeah, they've done, like, this strike, like, twice before. Oh.
I don't like the embezzling out of the workers. I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what keeps me from saying this.
Mhm.
So we'll do... Well, even then, though, it's like, then it sounds like I'm just a fucking union buster.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going with 3, obviously. And 4 is just like a wishy-washy answer. Fuck it, I guess I'm going with this.
Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
Alright, the scabs at the gate, did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the Union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
So it's yes!
Yeah, I'm gonna take that as yes.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
One more thing, you said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappear?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Some kind of extortion, probably.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a Union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Noted.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
That's all I need here. Let's change the topic.
Of course. How else can I help?
Hey, by the way, I've talked to Everard.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
I didn't.
He is not the champion I have chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you in the cause of capital.
I feel like I didn't is the most truthful for us.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually...
She answers her own question.
Corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic. Verm-like. Corruption. Reaching into the bowels of the earth.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt verm myself.
Verm?
However, if you felt like discussing something...
Can you say
how
worm,
can I stop you?
ma'am?
Are we not human?
Please just say the word worm, normally.
Curious to hear another person's
worm?
take?
Oh,
It's
worm?
only natural. We would only be... gossiping.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
I guess we're not doing that, though.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later, down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
What can you tell me about this lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Okay, wait.
Do we have that?
I mean, I don't know if we have our badge number.
I'm pretty sure we don't even have our badge.
That's fair. Also, we are getting skill points. We might be able to level up soon. I don't know how much that'll help us with the body.
Of course.
Well, we
ma'am.
can
We should have introduced
update
ourselves.
the
I am
lying one
Lieutenant
to
Kitsuragi
convince the
from
woman we
Precinct
can
57.
That's true.
solve ghost stories.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing.
And
Have
this
you
is
seen
my
those
colleague from
ugly
Precinct
dolls?
41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid
You're
Harry doesn't
gonna
have
have
his
to
badge
narrow
at
it
the
down a
moment.
little bit
I
more.
hope mine will suffice.
Like,
They're called fugglers.
I have not seen these.
They have human teeth. They're
Oh!
a little stuffed bear, and they have human teeth sometimes.
Oh no, okay, I have seen those.
I'm playing with one, and I'm, like, trying to pull his teeth out. Not actually. I'm just moving them around and stuff. But it...
Fair enough.
I don't know, it's doing something to my brain. It's making things fire in my brain.
Do you think those bears are gonna someday convince, like, a whole new generation of kids to be dentists?
Oh, maybe. They have, Batman ones, and you can get Harley Quinn, Batman, and the Joker.
What the fuck?
They also have Ninja Turtle ones, apparently.
with human teeth?
Some of them.
I see, okay.
Apparently they're popular now.
I'm
This one even
surprised,
has
I'll be honest.
molars.
Damn. There
love
have been
them.
upgrades in the world of bears with human teeth.
They also all have buttholes.
Why?
It's just a button, like a sewn-on button on their back.
Okay,
but
that's better than just a straight up butthole.
I love them. They're so cute.
There is
And their
something.
teeth, it's so fun.
There's something charming about something that is distinctly made just to be ugly.
There is. They're so charming.
Yeah.
I love the ugly graphics of this teddy bear. It's so charming.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective?
She returns the lieutenant's badge and turns to you.
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
There's a xenomorph one.
Oh, I mean, that one makes sense. That's probably the one that makes the most sense to me out of all of the crossovers you told me about.
Oh, there's SpongeBob!
Oh no!
Wow.
SpongeBob with
Superman.
human teeth!
Wow. Oh, there's a bat one that's really cute.
Ah!
Oh, Gizmo from Gremlins, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh no! They made the original movie Sonic as a plushie. He has human teeth again.
Oh my god. Oh, it's not real.
No!
It's not real. I'm so disappointed.
I thought you were looking at like an official website.
No, I was in Google Images.
Oh no! Damn. That sucks.
There's a Patrick Star one.
I don't
He's
like
hairy.
the thought of Patrick Star having human teeth.
I'm gonna put him in the Discord.
Have you seen that new like SpongeBob game, the Patrick Star one? I'm pausing for now because I just realized it's really late in game, and I don't want it to tick forward to the point where like we may potentially just be told like, okay, it's time to go to bed while we're still in the middle of the conversation with this woman. But yeah, it's like I don't know. I forget why I fucking paused this, because in the time it took me to explain why the fuck I was pausing it, I literally felt the original thought I was gonna say just slowly dissolve from my brain, and I tried to get it back and it didn't work.
We were talking about the ugly plushies.
Yes.
And how there's a Patrick Star one.
Oh, right, I was gonna say, did you see that new SpongeBob game that came out that's basically just, hey, we made Goat Simulator, but instead of playing as a goat, you play as Patrick.
I have not seen that.
I found a YouTube video of it today, and it was just a couple of guys, like, playing it and losing their fucking minds over it. It's really buggy, and it costs, like, $45, so it's kind of ass, but at the same time, it does just look like, hey, we made a sandbox game where you just fuck around in SpongeBob world. And it's like, I'll be honest, kind of a decent thing for a video game. Like, I feel like we need more video games that are just, hey, here's this fictional world, you can just fuck around in it. You can just cause chaos. Aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you just want to go apeshit?
It's like, they've added, or in the new Tony Hawk game, 3+4, it's gonna have a SpongeBob level.
Oh,
a
nice.
SpongeBob filter or something. I don't know if they've just like converted one of the levels to have a SpongeBob skin or something. Also, I found out they have a golem of one of these guys.
Like Gollum from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? That could work.
Gollum, Frodo, and who's Gandalf?
See, I don't know about Frodo and Gandalf, because those are just
Frodo
guys.
Looks crazy.
Gollum is already just an ugly little creature, so it works for him. The other two, I don't know about that.
Gollum has a great big tongue.
I don't like that. I can't appreciate these for just being weird as fuck. Actually, I should just pull up Discord. Give me a sec.
I love them so much. I want all of them. Some of them have underwear.
What?
Some of them wear underwear.
Oh god, you're a cube. There we go. Not a cube, a square. Alright, I can't check Discord while streaming, or you turn into a rectangle.
Damn.
Alright.
Why do people not like these things?
Because they have human teeth, probably?
But they're cute. Just because they're ugly, they don't deserve our love? Oh yeah, they also have a baby line, and they are so cute. They're little tiny, like, 3.5-inch guys, and they have, like, one tooth.
Oh! That's adorable,
so
actually.
I want one so bad, but I don't know where to get it.
Oh, no!
I'm putting all of these in the figures chat, because I don't know where else to put it.
If you want to see that, go to the Valor Valkyrie Discord. I should really have a link in the video description for me to be able to say that, because I just realized I'm asking people to go to a Discord that I don't have the link to.
If they really want in, they'll find a way.
Yeah, figure it out. Val's channel is linked in the description. Just pretend it's part of an ARG.
Yeah, this is our own ARG.
This is our ARG, and it's specifically to look at pictures of bears with human teeth. Anyways, remember when my partner told you I recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything.
This world, this city, nothing. I feel like saying this, like, might get us... Well, our cop buddies already know about this, fuck it.
Oh dear.
Maybe she'll give us the reality lowdown that we need.
Some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
She must have been suspecting something for a while now.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Damn.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
I can't quick save in a conversation.
No.
Damn. What kind of arrangement would it be?
I mean, favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort. Consider this. Perhaps she has been planning it all along. That you convince yourself into colluding with her.
We do have a good chance.
Do you want to side with the rich people?
You know what? You have just convinced me not to do it.
Of course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly clear. The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us.
Do you know something about these tattoos, by the way?
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
Why? How is you looking at the photo tied to the lynching?
Better not tie the fourth day to the Bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
You seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality?
She pulls her hood closer around her neck.
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
It's related to that medical episode. I have trouble remembering even the most basic terms of reality. That just about sums it up, huh?
Ah, yes. The episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy, now that I think of it.
She puts down her thermal cup and looks at you.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
Okay, it might be time for the Angry Birds theme.
Alright,
Yeah.
we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Alright, I'll go through this and see if either of these checks get any better. Where are we?
We're in Martinez.
Activating combat mode.
Baby.
And what is Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour. North of the 881 and Jamrock.
Gungaga.
You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
Come, Guardian!
Tell me more about Martinez.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. As I told you, Martinez used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its part. Now the reeds are the real star of the show here. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
Okay, so you mentioned a sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
So are we near the ocean?
Yes. We are on an island in an ocean. The world's largest body of water. The Insulindic.
Vast, lukewarm, and unknowable. Flowing in and out of sight.
Alright, what's the name?
Stupid.
Joyce at me right now. So what's the name of this island?
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea. Misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the river Esperance. We're in the delta of this river, on the 6th branch. The Martinez distributary.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her, and to humanity at large.
My favorite teddy bears are not upsetting. Sorry, I just saw that comment. They are not upsetting. They are very cute.
Okay,
and
but
very
Val,
normal.
Val, you need to remember most people don't want their plush toys to also have teeth.
But it feels so cool on your fingers. They don't understand. They need to buy, everybody buy one so they don't go out of business, and then just rub your fingers across their teeth, and you'll understand.
Buy this bear
like
so you can
$15.
rub its teeth.
Yeah, buy the bear, rub its teeth, and you don't need a Nintendo Switch 2. You just need the ugly bear.
This ugly bear is better than the Switch 2. Who would win?
Do you hear it?
I can faintly hear it. Oh, God.
Does that sound awesome?
It sure is a sound.
That's his teeth.
Well, I'm
blue
sold.
And he has green eyes, and he has little cat ears.
Awesome. I almost want to put a picture of one of these guys up.
You should.
Here. I'll replace. Okay, you guys are gonna have to bear
Editor,
with me. Val is
put
gonna
up
be
the ugly bear.
Well, I'm doing it
Editor?
right now. There's no need for an editor. I'm pulling up the picture now from the It's bad. It's bad. It's fucking bad.
No, it's not. It's really cool. Exactly. Who would win? An expensive new console or one toothy boy?
Okay. Let me see. What will I replace?
And like you can see how his gums work because there's like a piece of plastic underneath his gums and his gums are soft. You can pretend to be a dentist.
That's what I was saying. I was like, so many kids are gonna become dentists because of these fucking bears.
They should
Okay.
make a version of these that are almost like a gotcha thing where you buy it and you can like, one of their teeth is like loose and you can like wiggle it to get it out.
Okay, this
And
is
maybe it's like cool.
this is the Gollum one. I have the Gollum one up on screen. These
Look at that lovely boy.
there are a lot of words you could call that thing. I don't know if lovely is one of them.
That's a lovely, lovely boy. That's my son.
Let's
I
just get a
birthed him.
let's just get a nice close up on that face.
He's so cute. Hello, my name is Gollum. Welcome to my stream. This is my YouTube video.
Alternate world where Gollum can talk completely normally, but he looks like this instead.
Hey guys, my name's Gollum. This is my first video on my new YouTube channel.
I have this button now to just jump scare the audience at will.
Today we're going to be playing Disco Elysium.
And everyone's like, okay. First bit of critique, webcam off.
Wow, that really hurts my feelings, chat.
The thought of that,
I think you should
just
be,
talking like
constant.
Markiplier.
I think you should just be a constant thing on your overlay, if I'm being honest. Like, beside the, there is a darkness festering within me.
To cover up the sub count.
Yeah.
I can do that. Here, give me a second. I've still got to do. I have plans for what I'm gonna do. With like legally mandated karaoke. I can't put them into effect right now. There we go.
Yay! It's his channel now.
His channel now.
Was
All
that
right.
the bite of 87? Why isn't that on my soundboard?
Oh god, that would be such a good thing for a soundboard. How have I not?
At that? I'm not even looking at the game. Sorry, I'm clocked out for the day. He's so distracting and cute and beautiful.
All right,
His hair.
Whack.
God, he's so perfect.
The way that he talks, whack. The way that he doesn't even like to smile. That's still the funniest line from that video to me. Just it's not even his
smile.
It's not even his smile that they're criticizing, it's the fact that he never wants to do it. But me, I'm tight as fuck.
But Gollum, he's tight as fuck.
But Gollum is tight as fuck. Okay, that's Martinez. What's Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city
I
is
thought
Revachol?
Martinez was the city.
I thought Martinez was the city too. You're being confusing here, woman. I have brain damage.
The great kind.
That tells me nothing.
As if it's self-explanatory. Beyond patriotism. A fact.
What makes Revachol great?
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
It sort of looks like a dump, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, who built this dump?
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile-Marat, depending on your creed.
When was Revachol built?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
That's not very long ago.
It's... On one hand, it's not. On the other hand, I feel like just living in Canada has made me go like, oh, this place is older than 100 years? That's really old.
That's right. It wasn't that long ago Canada had, like, its 100th birthday.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, we just don't have, like... We have some old buildings and stuff, but it's... You know, it's not on par with, like, some places in, like, Europe or Asia where it's like, oh, yeah, this place, it's been around since the 1500s, no big deal. It's like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, we have buildings here that are maybe, like, 70 years old that are just falling apart. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we have older buildings, like, fucking somewhere, probably. But at the same time, it's not the norm. Like, we don't have castles here. I mean, we have a couple, but they're not, like, old castles. It was just, oh, a rich person moved here in, like, the late 1800s and decided that they wanted to build themselves a castle.
Yeah.
The oldest Canadian buildings aren't Canadian originally. That tracks. So, how will Revachol resolve history? That doesn't seem possible.
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island, able to sustain up to 200 million people, in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
Nobody's like Kingdom Hearts! Sorry.
I love the fact that, or I love the idea where every time you play the Angry Birds theme song, I like to think that whoever is talking to Harry can just, like, very, very faintly hear it, but can't tell where it's coming from.
Like I'm God?
Yeah, basically. Like, it's just this disembodied Angry Birds theme song in a world that doesn't even have smartphones, as far as I can tell. So we're in an unimportant part of an important place.
I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about
She points across the water where the skyscrapers rise.
A sparkle of lights on the horizon, like evening stars above the curvature of the planet.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the Bank of the World building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Look out to the sea.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
I don't know any of this.
We are.
I've
where
been
we
playing
are.
Angry Birds.
I have no sure answer to give, unfortunately.
She watches you closely as you scan the horizon.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Speaking of which, jamais vu. Derealization! Revachol, Special Administrative Region, Le Caillou, Insulindian Ocean, Coalition Government, Insulindian Mission Command. Name after name, and none of them is familiar. They seem real, but something is wrong. You feel like a kid looking at stickers on the fridge. Truvant, the Apricot Company, World Games 34. You can almost see your hand reaching out for them. Scratch at the corners, see if they peel loose. This feels like the most important of all the thoughts, the one you truly must complete. Oh, okay, I need to unlock slots. And that's not happening for a while.
Yeah, no. Especially if we want to try and convince that woman that we can see ghosts.
Exactly. I would much prefer to do that than do the Kuno thing.
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Monsieur will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
But won't I be lazy if I don't do it all now? You don't want me to be lazy, do you, Kim?
Oh, of course not. You are already diligent for getting this far, and diligent boys remember where they left off.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
I do want to ask about the acute encephalopathy thing.
It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include a retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
She
Are there
conveys it in
doctors
short,
here?
Cold bursts.
I don't
Try
know.
not to invest too deeply in the condition of this doomed detective.
I definitely haven't seen any doctors.
In case he goes down later, souring the entire portfolio.
What causes this?
Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
Oh, it's probably from surgery then.
Yeah, 100%.
That seems unlikely.
Yes, and perform autoerotic asphyxiation on yourself with your funny necktie out in the open somewhere.
Where did you come from, horrific necktie? What times are these?
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
Congrats on achieving necktie sentience? Yeah, that thing's had sentience since I put it on. It just says stuff sometimes.
He's very helpful.
Very! Couldn't ask for a more helpful voice in my head. Congrats on finding a second health. Yeah, I don't remember how we got that. I think I just added a point to one of these. I think it was endurance? I don't remember. One of these, I definitely. It might have been shivers. But one of these I did, like, put a skill point into last time. Too late for what?
For the big time.
Her eyes light up. There's a flash of teeth.
What teeth? You know
Teeth.
what she would like? A really cute teddy bear.
I'll make him big on the screen again.
Yay! Teeth.
She would love this.
Teeth. Teeth.
Teeth. Teeth. Teeth. Teeth. Teeth. Teeth.
I love him.
All
He
right.
actually looks like he'd be made out of a nice material. Now that you have him all big.
It does look like it'd have a decent texture to it.
Mine's sort of like soft. It's like made out of felt, mine. His belly.
Then I mean, I'm glad that they're picking like good fabrics for these things.
Yeah.
What's the big time?
The revolution.
And what is this revolution I keep hearing about?
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
Okay, who got shot in the head?
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head.
Wow.
She's not
Jeez.
wanted. It's a relieved celebration.
Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed.
Did the communists and the anarchists shoot back?
Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's a kerfuffle, all right.
That is a kerfuffle.
Yeah, it was a kerfuffle, all right.
Yes, the Insulindian deluge, they call it.
Point to your little head.
I'm not clicking on that one specifically for that.
Because your head's little? Oh! Oh!
Yeah!
I get it now.
Yeah, it's like I'm, you know, if it was the normal head, then it's like, okay, whatever. We're making a joke about the brain stuff. I'm not telling a woman that I have a deluge in my little head. We're not doing that. Anyone else get shot in the head on the opposing side?
Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
Kind of a coward thing to do. Just let your nephew die in your place and then just fuck off and live somewhere else.
Yeah.
I prefer
It's like
the
that
term
song.
risk-averse.
Yeah.
King Guillaume was nobody's fool. He could smell a PR disaster brewing, so he got out alive, and his nephew Fricelle got shot in his place. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time.
It sounds like we live in a better time than this. Like, before you were like, oh, we're just a little bit too late. And I'm like, oh, to what?
Yeah,
And you're
really.
like, to fucking millions upon millions of people dying. Okay, so who got the mineral rights?
The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything.
Okay, and by liberals, you mean...
Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective. Or the remaining gentry. The beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the ultras, or ultra-liberals. They fared well.
So how did they win?
They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head, remember?
We. She's one of them. Of course.
If everyone got shot, who was there to surrender to?
To foreign intervention. The Coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights.
Wait, you just said the Liberals already took everything.
The Liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The Coalition took the ground. The ocean, the laws, and the people.
Who are the Coalition?
The Coalition of Nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-la-Clay. The armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
There is bitterness in her voice, tempered with understanding. She is critical, but ultimately understands the cause.
Moralist.
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, and not shooting people in the head.
Not shooting people in the head is generally a good thing, I would think.
Yeah, that seems like the right choice.
At least
That
not
not
in
shooting
the same
people thing.
manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government. This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
If always picking the option that doesn't commit to anything, then hell yes I am, and also not. I don't know if this is asking me, like, oh, is this, like, is this what you would call yourself? Is this, like, is this what you want to be? Or if it's just, hey, here's some dialogue. I still don't know how much what I say in all of these dialogues actually matters. I'm assuming a lot of it, but... I'll go with this just because I don't want anything to get hammered in stone this early on.
Of course. Not easy to be moderate about head shooting in your line of work.
When was this kerfuffle?
The turn of the century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved.
Who started it?
It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Marzolf came along and overthrew the government.
Prion diseases fucking suck. Okay, what did it do?
It made people overthrow their governments.
That's a crazy disease to get.
No way.
Indeed. Zarat is a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark.
Where did it spread from there?
From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Marzolf's government was overthrown in '08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end.
And what came next?
Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie? A pair of pants?
Yeah, our lives do seem... Yeah, we have a pair of... Well, okay, actually, Inland Empire, you are wrong. We actually have 2 pairs of pants now, thank you very much.
Yeah, and we have $16.
We have $16. We're only, like, $84 away from being able to afford to sleep indoors tonight. Our lives are very different from each other.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts for more than you think.
I don't know, I think money counts for quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, it's... I mean, you could probably pay a 100 real Fucking fine, no problem. I'm out here picking up bottles on the street.
And I think I've picked them all up.
Exactly.
And I bought some cigarettes for a kid, which got rid of like $2 of my total funds.
It's true. And then I found alcohol anyways, so I didn't have to buy cigarettes for the kid.
You bought cigarettes for a child?
It's police business. Don't worry about it. By the way, what's the zone of control?
A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the citizens' militia.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the Suzerain and the Commune.
Alright. So what happened in the rest of the world?
Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication. Telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
Wait, you're saying it's been like this for 43 years?
Time flies.
What have we been doing all that time?
The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell.
And after that?
The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
And were they?
No.
Were they really?
It was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative easing. The 40s dispelled it like a cold splash, an Isla-wide hangover, you might say. And here we are. Welcome to reality, baby.
Woo! Skill point! Fuck yes!
We can tell that lady we can kill ghosts!
The 5th is
we
never
can!
much better for the zone of
yeah!
control. You can see it in her eyes. Days slipping away.
Man, we gotta go!
Well, we'll finish up this conversation and then we gotta go. Okay. You don't seem to be thrilled.
I've no right to be dissatisfied. This shirt is Barbara Muscova. This raincoat is impervious to rain and is guaranteed for 100 years. My daughters will wear it. No, it's just...
She looks at the crumbling tenements, paint flecking from the stone.
We could have had so much more. Every one of us. If only we played it right.
What would you have done differently?
Good question. What would you have done differently?
I would have killed more! I asked you, who are you in all of this?
And I asked you, past less detective of the citizens' militia, what insight has acute encephalopathy given to you?
I mean... It sounds like a medical solution would have been for the best, but then again, it sounds like that whole thing where it's like, oh, this disease is what made people rebel. Don't worry about it. It drove them nuts.
Like a cover-up.
Yeah, it does kind of reek of a cover-up to me. Like, it doesn't seem like that's the full truth. You know what? I'm just gonna say, I don't know what I would have done differently. Because I wasn't fucking there and I'm only hearing this from you.
Yeah, really.
And you would have died, most likely. Not far from here. Maybe even right here, during the beachhead, defending the coast the day the Coalition took the city.
The cold runs down your spine. She gestures toward the waters.
Probably.
The wind stops. There is silence on the dark water of the Martinez Inlet. A dog barks. A gunshot echoes off the walls of some distant building.
No, almost certainly. The commune would have forced you. Such was the fate of the undecided.
That's enough about the times. I have to go
They
talk
are
to a
what
lady
they
about
are.
ghosts.
Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
Not
No,
so
I gotta
fast.
tell a lady I can
Who
kill
is she,
ghosts.
I gotta tell a lady I
Like
can
you've
kill
been an
ghosts.
The little that I know.
Can I have some money?
Anything else?
I am sorry. It just doesn't come out of your mouth.
Money.
What does is.
Money.
Excuse me? I didn't hear you. Did you say money?
No, I didn't. Let's
Oh.
talk about something else.
Of course.
Bye.
Of course, detective. Take care.
Oh, hi, Kim.
Kim is going to ask you to go sleep.
Oh, fuck.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet.
You should take care of that, then.
But I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street. We'll figure something out.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already.
Alright, well. I wonder if it's even possible to get the money. Like, yeah, sure, Everard did give us a check, but that only had $25.
I
We
know
need
that you can
100.
get it down to 60
Yeah.
instead of 100. So maybe it's possible?
Maybe.
Pray
Let me
that
see.
the bookstore is still open.
Yeah, I don't know if it is. Oh, well, the lights are still
Oh.
on, so that's...
Oh.
Okay, I think we're good. No. It's locked. Alright, well, we can go to bed. And then tomorrow, first thing in the morning, we tell the lady that we can talk to ghosts.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Hey, Gart.
Hey, Gart.
Can I help you?
About the money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
I was wondering if we could come to some sort of arrangement for tonight.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I'm an honest cop.
Something that every honest cop has ever said. Only honest people say that they are honest. Kim is about to say something, let him. That might be for the best. I feel like Kim has a better chance of convincing this guy than we do.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and... I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
Hey, wait, I still have my key.
Good luck trying to use it.
He taps his foot against a metal box installed in the back of the counter.
Draconian measures.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
I'll find a way in. I'll break the door down. That went very well for me earlier today.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Try to do that. I'll have to call you an ambulance.
This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Alright. Bye.
Bye.
I guess I'll sleep
I'll
in
be
the
back.
cold, in the rain, and cry myself to sleep. Alright.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure? Regular people just call it the cage.
Look in the suspect transport enclosure.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
Wait, I've got things that I could sell.
Enough to make $100?
No.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
What are those things?
They are spinner hubcaps. Frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
What do you mean you confiscated them?
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
So you took his spinners? Isn't that corruption?
I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
Okay, at least the guy still got arrested for doing the bad thing. I don't know if I feel right about you just, like, taking stuff off of suspects, though. Then again, I mean, we've been stealing stuff. I think...
And they are pretty cool.
They are pretty cool.
That they are. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Did you want to put these spinners on your machine?
No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cup with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Outrageously cool!
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
I'm sorry you have to sell them because of me.
As I said, they are useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
But thank you.
You said something about a pawn shop?
Yes, there's one 100 meters south of here. I think it's called Roy's Nest or something. If I'm not mistaken, it should be open late.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab.
Okay.
You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
So I can't pawn the shoes, then. That kind of sucks. I feel bad taking them.
I know.
But, like, what are our other options?
Not much.
Yeah, and at least we're not caving to some rich guy. Okay, thank you.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
You want to sell them next stream?
Yeah, that might be for the best, because it is getting pretty late. But, I think... Yeah, $200 for these.
Yo!
Man.
You have so much money.
Oh, I can also... Wait. Ah, damn. I can't get rid of the racist mug.
You also don't really want to sell everything that you have.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes people will notice things, or like you can show people things.
Exactly. Like I'm not.
The safest things you can sell are the postcards.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anything else might have like dialogue stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because these don't mention there's anything written on the back, so I'm assuming we're fine to sell those. But it's like, yeah, this picture, when I saw that I could sell it, I'm like, why? That's probably important.
In case you need $1.
Same with selling Kim's handkerchief. It's like,
what if you needed $2?
I can find bottles on the street. They're free. All right. But yeah, we will get into that next time.
Hell yeah.
Because, yeah, it's already after 9. Talking to that lady really did eat up a good chunk of our time.
It did.
Ah, well, it was good world building.
We got a reality lowdown, and we got to talk about my favorite, cute guys.
We did! And now one is on the screen, and he'll be there the next time, as
He'll
I move
be
over
there
to...
forever.
Yeah, just say a quick goodbye to him, because we're moving over to the just chatting screen.
Oh, goodbye, my son. Goodbye, you lovely boy. Goodbye.
Bye, Valerie! And we're on the just chatting screen.
Oh, I miss
Whoa,
him
that was
already.
crazy.
That was crazy.
Alright,
What a
just...
time we live in.
Yeah.
I'm so glad those things exist. Those guys, those lovely boys.
I'll be honest, I am too. Because I just like the fact... Wait. Okay. For a second, as I was closing Disco Elysium, OBS disconnected. So, it's reconnected now. I think we're fine. But, that scared me for a second. Rude mugs are quite the collector's item. Yeah, and I don't want it. Show me a collector of this. I don't want this thing.
Meet the guy?
Huh?
Are you sure you want to meet the collector of those mugs?
You know, fair point. Fair point. I've thought over my stance. I would like to just throw the mug in the ocean. At least there, maybe the design will just, like, wear away, and, like, maybe a cute little hermit crab can wear it as a shell or something.
Oh, yeah.
Good ending for the racist mug. It's no longer racist.
Mine, and then we craft. Let's Minecraft.
No!
Sorry. I saw the Minecraft movie. I saw a picture of the Minecraft movie.
Yeah. It's, It doesn't seem good. It's, like, I know no one was expecting good things from that movie based on the trailer. I feel like it's not subverting any expectations.
I don't think so either. Also, the fact that Red Letter Media went to go see it and said they left at the halfway point, and it was when he says, "My name is Steve."
Yeah. The fact that it takes half the movie to get there. I feel like this is gonna be the, like, this is gonna be the emoji movie of the 2020s, I feel like. Like, it's gonna be the one movie that comes out and everyone's like, wow, this is, like, notably garbage. And it's remembered for being garbage for, like, the next 5 years, at least. People clapped when he said chicken jockey. Yeah, we were actually talking about that before the stream started. Where it's like, yeah, that is just a thing from the game. And I'm like, oh, cool. So this is one of those, like, adaptations where they're just like, hey, here's this thing from the game. You remember it from game, right?
Literally Devil May Cry anime.
Okay, but from what you were saying in our group chat, it's like at least the DMC anime was, like, enjoyable to watch. Like,
yeah.
As an anime.
Mm-hmm. It's not my favorite, and I'm not necessarily the biggest fan. But it's a stupid fun watch, I guess. It's like
Fair
watching
enough.
fan fiction, where you don't necessarily agree with all the headcanons the person has.
Yeah. I feel like that's actually what stops me from reading a lot of fan fiction, because I hit one part where, like, a character does or says something that I don't agree with, and I'm like, no, he wouldn't fucking say that, and I just close the fan fiction.
Yeah.
It's, okay, that's kind of, like, exaggerating. I'll stick it out for a little bit. Because I'm like, okay, maybe it's just this one little part, or, you know, maybe it's just, you know, this one little thing that I don't agree with the original, with the author on. But then it's like, if it piles up, if there are multiple cases of he would not fucking say that, then it's like, yeah, no, sorry, I have to go. I have to go.
Yeah, my mom's calling me. I gotta go, guys. Sorry. Something came up. I can't stay.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably why I get, like, so in my own head whenever I try to write fanfiction, because in my head, I'm like, would he fucking say that?
And you don't want people to think that you're the type of person that's like, yes, my headcanons are the real ones. And then you're like, so I can't have anything that might be seen as a headcanon.
It's not even that I'm worried about, like, headcanons and stuff. It's more like, I don't know, like, I think it might just be how I, like, look at TV shows and, like, games and stories in general. It's like, I'm typically not, like, I don't know. It's almost like I see them as, like, the original creators' OCs, basically. And it's like, okay, I need to stay within what the original creator, like, wanted for these characters, I guess?
Right.
It's like, that's not even explaining it correctly, I feel like, but I don't know how to explain it correctly. It's like,
fair.
Fucking... It's like, I feel weird going outside of what is in canon, because in my head, I'm like, well, I don't know for certain that this would happen with this character from canon. So, like, would it? I don't fucking know. At least with my original characters, I get to just choose. Like, would they say that? Yes. Or no. And it's just clear cut.
Exactly.
Writing fanfiction is harder. I think that's probably why, like, back when I wrote fanfiction, it was all like, oh, I'm taking the original characters and I'm putting them in an original world that I made up with original characters that I also made up. So I only have to worry about, like, this one guy.
Honestly, fair. I feel like that's how most of, like, the fanfiction that's, like, cross-reader gets written. Because a lot of the time, there's nobody else in the story.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I don't read very much of the, like, cross-reader stuff. I do sometimes if it's, like, the only shit I can find for a character.
Yeah, all that's available.
Yeah. It's like, I know I've done that with, like, Fallout 4 companions, where it's like, it's really cool to hear people, like, give their headcanons on, like, the different companions, and, like, how they would react in certain scenarios. And then it's like, you run out of the companions react stuff, and it's like, okay, well, there's only the cross-reader stuff, so I guess I'm reading that now. But yeah, it's like, I have considered going back to writing fanfiction, and then I try to do it, and it either, like, fizzles out immediately and goes nowhere and does nothing, or it spawns a brand new fictional universe, like, original story thing for me to do by myself, and it turns into a big project, and it's like, I already have enough of those.
I don't need any more of these.
I don't need any more. Help. But anyway, so I feel like we have made at least some progress today. We talked to some new people.
We got into the apartment building.
We did get into the apartment building. And
we're still on the first day.
We are still much. Yeah, it's like we're nearing the end of the first day. But I don't even know how many days we're allowed in this, so I have no idea how far we actually are, but it sounds like we're doing pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah.
But yeah, also Vesta is here and she's waiting for dinner.
Meow.
Meow. I don't know. I don't know if you guys could hear her just kind of like her little collar jingling.
Shaken? Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't meow very often whenever I'm on stream, and it kind of sucks because whenever I'm off stream, she is constantly meowing at me.
Oh, I love that. See, Papa like never meows.
I feel like it's
Very
just
rare.
because, like, I think out loud a lot whenever I'm alone anywhere. And so, I also talk to her a whole lot, so I think over the years, she's just kind of realized, like, okay, this is how I can get Novella's attention, and this is how I can get her to do stuff for me. So, because she did not meow very much whenever she first got to my house. Like, she was very, very quiet. But now she's very talkative, especially when I get home from work, and she's upset that I wasn't able to come home at 2 in the afternoon.
See, Papa's just asleep when I get home from work.
It depends for Vesta. Sometimes she's also asleep whenever I get home from work. I will say it's very funny because every once in a while I will drop off at my apartment, like just very, very quickly on one of my breaks to just double check something or to grab something that I forgot. And every time Vesta is like fast asleep, curled up on my bed, and she has like just enough time to raise her head, look at me, and blink a couple of times before I'm out the door again because I need to get back to work. And it's like, I wonder if she thinks that those are just dreams. Because I am literally in my apartment for all of like 30 seconds at most. And she's usually only awake for the last 10 seconds of it. But, yeah. Sometimes I get home, and she is, like, right at my door. It doesn't help that also I like to bring her out into the hallway sometimes to just walk around a little bit, just go back and forth in the hallway out there. Mostly because she gets scared going outside. And the one time that I tried to bring her outside on a harness, she slipped the harness and ran off, and it was sheer fucking luck that I was able to grab her and put her in her carrier. So now we just walk up and down the hallways because she can't be trusted outside.
She lost her privileges.
Yes, I'm sorry, Vesta, you did lose your outdoors privileges. Maybe this summer we'll work on it a little bit. Because I feel like she would be happier if she got to, like, go outside every once in a while. Outside of, like, just being on the balcony. But who knows? But yeah. Enough rambling about my cat. We should probably get into the end of stream, like, just housekeeping stuff. And, yeah, because I need to start getting ready for bed and for work tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to have dinner.
Oh, no. All right. Then we really gotta wrap up. Okay, so, if you're new around here and you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe and hit the bell. Yeah, this way you'll know whenever we go live. You should also subscribe to Val's channel specifically. She did a stream of Undertale yesterday. I did not see it because I was too engrossed in my stupid Sims 3 legacy challenges to the fucking notice anything yesterday. But
I missed the most pro gamer Val moment I've ever had on stream.
Oh fuck, I'm gonna have to go watch that VOD then.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, speaking of which, you can actually find VODs of some of our collabs over on Val's channel. We've got playthrough of the first half of, or the first game in the Great Ace Attorney collection, which we will be going back to the second one once we're done with Disco Elysium. You can also find we have an ongoing stream series where every year for Val's birthday we do a Kingdom Hearts drinking game. And you can find pretty much all of them from the very first one over on Val's channel. So go check it out. Do that right now. And also, you should follow us both on Blue Sky. I think Val might still have a Twitter. I don't remember.
It's there. I barely use it. I just announce when I go live on there.
Yeah, I used to do that with my Twitter as well, and then I just eventually, like, forgot one week, and I've just never done it again. So, but yeah, you can find links to both of those down in the video description. And yeah, I believe we'll be back next Sunday with more disco, if that works for you, Val.
Yeah, I think
Hell
so.
yeah. Yeah, and
I
also...
announced that I'm going to be streaming Undertale on Saturday, but I can't anymore.
Yeah, I was also just looking at things like before the stream started, and I had completely forgotten that I have something planned for next Saturday as well.
Yeah, I have something planned for next Saturday, so I can't stream then, but I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, speaking of which,
I don't
you
even
should
know what time I'm getting home, so maybe
no.
It's a maybe on the Sunday stream.
Fair enough. Keep me posted. If we don't end up doing disco, then I'll probably end up doing like a solo Steins Gate Zero stream, because I have been playing through that on the channel as well. Can't stream during the weekdays anymore because work is definitely getting busy. And I can't. I need the evenings to myself. But yeah. So yeah, so either we'll be doing disco again, or we'll be doing Steins Gate Zero again. Either way, there's gonna be a stream on Sunday. And, yeah, I think that's just about everything. So, have a good night, everybody. Sweet dreams. Don't buy cigarettes for 12-year-olds because you'll find booze in a random container later on anyways. I don't know if that's a good moral to leave the stream off on, but...
I think it's a good one.
I think it's a good one if you just end it at the don't buy cigarettes for 12-year-olds.
But even if you add on, like, better things may come. So maybe don't just jump in right away.
You know, that's
a great
true.
Moral.
That is true, and that is a moral that I think I had to learn today. So, you know what? That works. All right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you all next time. Bye!
Bye!